ring bell. So now let's see the solution of this question. Okay, in this question you will get to learn how the control passes throughout the functions in the program. Okay, so as we can see, we have three functions. First one is func, second one is sqr, and third one is cube. Okay, you can see that we are not mentioning any return type of these functions. Okay, or if you are following my source, then you will get to know that the default return type of a user defined function is int. Okay, when we are not assigning any return type of a function of a user defined function, then its default return type is int. Okay, so these all three functions returning integer type value. Then we have a main function, we have a variable and whose initial value is 5. Okay, then we have a printf function. In printf function we are calling the function func. Okay, as the function func is called, the controls of the program goes to the function func. Okay, then we have a value passing the value 5, and the 5 value comes here. Okay, the value of this n is also 5. Then we are returning n plus, which means that 5 plus, from this function we are returning 5 plus sqr n minus 2. As this function encounters, the control goes to sqr function, which is just defined below the func function. Okay, so this control comes to this function. Then we have here x variable, and the value of x is n minus 2, which means that 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3. The value of x is 3, and this function returns x into x, which means that this function returns the square of the value 3, which means that 3 into 3, which is equal to 9, and this from this function the value 9 is returned. As we know that we are not defining any return type here, because so that the default return type is int, and we are returning int value, integer type value from this function. So 9 value is returned from this function and replaced this by 9. Okay, which means that 5 plus 9, this function returning 5 plus 9 plus, then we have another function which is a cube. Okay, as this function encounters, the controls comes to cube function, and here we can see we are passing n minus 3, which means that 5 minus 2, which is equal to 5 minus 3, which is equal to 2, and the value 2 is passed. That means that, which means that the value of x is now 2, and here we are returning the cube of x, which means that the cube of 2, and the cube of 2 is 8, and the value 8 is returned from this function, and replaced this by 8, which means that we got 5 plus 9 plus 8, and the return statement of func function is return value 5 plus 9 plus 8, which is equal to 9, 14 plus 8 equal to 22. Okay, so by this function the value 22 is returned, and here we get 22 as we have a percentage d specified here, and the printf function just print the value 22. So the output of this question is none other than 22. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.